The world is rapidly changing with trends such as increasing influence of technologies, demographic shifts, urbanization, and the globalization of value chains. Along with this change, the nature of work and skill demands are also changing. In order to survive in a rapidly changing and highly competitive world, one must possess a great skill set instead of picking a career. Welcome to Thrivetastic. If you're new here, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? And as always guys, give this video a thumbs up for that YouTube algorithm. One of the problems of pursuing a career is that your ideal job may not yet exist. There are very few careers that have existed forever and will continue to exist in the future. Based on how the world is changing, your dream job is quite likely to be invented within the next 5 to 10 years. Let's take tourism in Bali, for example. In 2004, a big spike happened in the industry. That was about the same time when social media became a thing. People have started posting photos and videos from Bali, allowing everyone to see how cool the place is, and increasing tourism. Not long after, a new job appeared: travel influencers. Governments and other local entities pay people with large followings to create content for them. In hindsight, it seems evident that it's a cool career that some people would love to have. But nobody could really prepare for it or even choose it ahead of time. One thing that every smart individual can agree on is that no one knows what is about to happen, or to what extent. Here's something to make you think. People were still riding horses in the streets of New York in the 1900s. Yet only 69 years later, humans landed on the moon. We doubt any young people were aspiring to be astronauts around 1900. Another problem with picking a career is that a lot of jobs will disappear in the next 10 to 20 years. More jobs will become outdated as new ones emerge. There are relatively few evergreen professions available, and most of them are related to the basics of life, such as food, health, and safety. The others are susceptible to automation, which is a good thing. On this subject, Naval Ravikant mentioned something quite fascinating. Robots would be cleaning toilets, cooking food, flying planes, and driving Ubers. And what would we be doing? We will be undertaking all creative jobs to entertain each other as well as investigate science and technology. Of course, in an automated society, when robots have taken over everything, the only thing left to do is have fun and make better robots. Of course, this is easier said than done, but the world is steadily approaching that stage, indicating that even those evergreen jobs will soon be automated. Remember how the period between horse and rocket was a little over 50 years ago? And how the world has moved faster since then? The rate of technological progress is increasing at an exponential rate. The world seems like it's moving faster because it actually is. At the same time, a lot of careers are being reinvented. The next one is that the workplace is going through a big change. In the previous year, 47 million Americans quit their jobs. Imagine the entire country of Spain waking up one morning and quitting their jobs. A tremendous change is taking place in the workforce, and a new wave is on its way. What will the shape of that wave be? Different types of jobs? 4-day work weeks? Who can say? We'll just have to wait and see. Here's an amusing story. The international investment giant Goldman Sachs asked that all staff return to the office. Guess how many people showed up? If you go deeper into the story of the big quit, you'll discover that many of those who quit their jobs also changed careers. Spending more time at home helped them realize that the careers they had worked so hard for did not provide them with the fulfillment they had hoped for. According to the Harvard Business Review, some companies responded by improving job quality with better compensation and benefits. McDonald's, for example, has more employees at the end of 2021 than it had at the beginning. You may not want to work at McDonald's, but you may learn from this. Those recent events are driving corporations to reassess their job offerings, and we have yet to see the full impact on the labor market, making choosing a career much more uncertain. People look at careers like a tattoo on their forehead. This is another issue in picking a career. Can you choose the wrong thing the first time? Almost certainly. People have difficulties choosing a career because they believe they will be doing it for the rest of their lives. With that much pressure on your shoulders, the process of choosing the proper thing is massive. But it's false pressure, and changing careers later on isn't that difficult. nor does it make you a fraud for choosing the wrong thing in the first place. All of this social pressure is just fake. To be honest, it merely needs some courage. A term you don't hear very frequently these days. If you're having trouble deciding on a career right now, it's because you haven't figured out what life is all about, which is a blessing in disguise. This leads us to our next point, picking a skill set. First and foremost, notice how we said skill set rather than skill. Don't think too much about your career and instead think about what you'll be doing. Back to Naval's statements, he stated that everyone should have science or engineering skills. But since not everyone wants to be a scientist or an engineer, here's the next best thing. Learn a monetizable skill set that you can picture yourself doing for the next 5 years. Why is it 5 years? Because you'll most likely need to change after that to keep up with the world and avoid boredom. A skill set is a collection of skills that complement one another and make you unique, valuable, and difficult to replace. You'll ultimately discover something to focus on. Your career will evolve as you progress. You should be fine with the thought that what you learn today will last you 3 to 5 years. But that may need to change gears after that. Choosing a skill set gives you flexibility. Nobody cares about your job title. They only care about what you can do. So, how do you choose the best skill set for you? To start with, everybody can learn anything. It just takes education. So don't place yourself in the box of "I'd never be able to accomplish that." Second, figure out what you're naturally good at right now. You can be doing something you're not very good at or don't particularly enjoy. Meanwhile, don't expect to find anything you're particularly strong at on your first try. You may have to work 2 or 3 different jobs before you find your calling. Finally, and this may sound cheesy, but you don't choose a career. Rather, a career chooses you based on what you know how to do. You don't know how to do a lot of things. Therefore, the best thing to do is focus on your skill set and what makes you happy. If you want to have an amazing work-life balance, you won't have it in your early years. Unfortunately, it's the reality, and there is no way around it. If you want to jumpstart your life, you must be completely obsessed with it. You'll be able to tell if you're on the right track. If that obsession comes naturally to you, you'll have moments when your curiosity surges through the ceiling and all you can think about is what you want to do. You can't get rid of it. You start asking everyone about it and become a little obsessive. Every time you bring it up, your friends roll their eyes, and you bring it up frequently. When those moments occur, pursue them. Sure, they could lead to nothing, or they could lead to the career of your dreams. Thank you for watching this Thrivetastic video. So if you found it valuable, consider subscribing to our channel and joining our awesome community. And if you're still hungry for more, we handpicked this awesome Thrivetastic video for you to watch next.